Hello everybody, thanks for coming to these sessions. This session will present you and show you the Chocolatey and BoxStarter solutions and especially how we use it to deliver XenApp server and more far how we use it to deliver components for XenApp infrastructure. I am not alone on working on this Chocolatey factory. We are 3 members. There is Pauline Blanc, who is here in the room with us today. We have Julian Stanujevich, which is a high Citrix expert in the worldwide community. And of course, me, because I'm here with you today to present you this factory. Me and Pauline are experts since 3 years on Citrix solutions at high level, architecture or integration. Everybody is hearing me correctly? Yeah? Okay, no, it's okay. And we made a training by Julian Stanujevich. The IT today is changing. There is some new wave for the organization models in which the IT customers, IT service would have to go. In this new wave, we have a lot of new solutions like the automation, and that's what I will show you today with Chocolatey and BoxStarter. We specially work on Microsoft system for Citrix, and as everybody knows, Microsoft since a long time released a lot of solutions to operating system delivery or application delivery. We had Ghost, and after SMS, and after SCCM, and we are more solutions. And as we know, the way to have these solutions is really complex for customers, because if customers want to have application delivery or operating system delivery with Microsoft, they need to have one of these platforms to make the delivery. So one of the things is, please, no more OSD or ESD for Microsoft. For the application delivery, it's more complex than the simple operating system delivery, because platform like SCCM requests high implementation for customers. Customers need to have a lot of services, a service to package the applications, another to have all the components for the infrastructure in order to implement this kind of platform like SCCM or others. And by this way, it's really difficult to think for customers to have, if they have to choose the platform with which they will deliver applications for infrastructures. So what we think is that, is there possible to have no more SCCM or equivalent to deliver application or operating system? And we would like to have the same way like SCCM. If we don't choose SCCM solutions, which means the possibility to keep the repeatable deployments. So if I have deployments to do, I want to be able to make this deployment in a high number of times. We have the management of the dependency on Microsoft. We know that a lot of applications need to have requirement or prerequisites for install the applications. Just for an example, if you want to install IIS, you need to have .NET 3.5. So this is a problem with the dependency management. We would like that this works for servers or for desktops. This means we don't want that a package we install on a desktop could be easily installed on a server exactly by the same package, but we want to keep the same way to install the package on the server or on the desktops. And by the way, this means we will have application infrastructure functioning as a self-service. what we say at the beginning is there is a new wave, and in this new wave we have the transition to the cloud, public or private. But we want to keep the possibility to make a smooth transition to public cloud with package or application delivery for customers. And the IT cost of implementing this infrastructure is sometimes really heavy, and a lot of customers think that the future will be with more and more open source tools. We have one solution. There is not the alone solutions. We have a lot of other solutions possible, but we have one solution for that. This solution is Chocolatey. We use 4 elements to combine it and have this possibility to deliver package or operating system. The first element is the Chocolatey. Chocolatey is solutions based on PowerShell. It has been created by Rob Reynolds, and it's clearly an open source solution. As we see, it's a full PowerShell solution, so there is no other technology under Chocolatey. We use NuGet Package Explorer to create, edit, and modify the packages, and this offers a large possibility to create the package for all the IT we use Chocolatey. And BoxStarter is the last element we use to have the possibility to manage the resiliency for the reboot during the deployment. We have a fifth element, which is a MyGet. Chocolatey actually needs a MyGet repository to be used. What we think is that we offer you a possibility to deliver applications or packages on Microsoft system, but this is not a perfect dream. So the question is, what did you expect? And for that, how does this really work? Chocolatey.org is an open source program, but is not completely meant for the business, because you don't have support, you don't have possibility to ask help to support team dedicated for Chocolatey. There is not existing actually. Rob Reynolds is involved in the development of Chocolatey, and we had some exchange with Rob Reynolds concerning the Chocolatey possibility, and actually we have a new version of Chocolatey which are always released, and with a lot of fix in the new release. We need to keep the packaging standards. The complexity of packaging, it's difficult to implement very complex packages in the Chocolatey solutions. This means, we don't mean it's not possible, it's possible, but you have to make a very hard work to implement complex packages through Chocolatey. For the binaries control, we kept the binary control under Chocolatey, and that's what we will explain just after, how we did and how we think using the possibility to change easily the binaries for the packages we want to deploy on Microsoft system. And the software requiring license could be a problem for the packaging. When we have a SCCM platform, we have the possibility directly to join, for example, Microsoft Office, which is licensed by Microsoft directly in the SCCM platform, so that I don't have to really take care about my licensing concerning Microsoft Office. For Chocolatey, we don't have this possibility, so we have to think during the creation of the package how we will manage the license if I want to package a software we require a license. Really, this work with a business-ready private repository hosted on MyGet. We have portable packages all the packages are present on the myget repository, and we keep the possibility to extract all the package to create a new repository on myget, for example for another customers, and push all the packages in this new repository to make the packages available for a new customers. We need to have a non-premise storage in the organization for the binaries. The limitation of myget are actually 500 megabytes for the limitation of the contract you have with myget, which is a low-cost repository possibilities. And on this premise storage for binaries in the infrastructure, the client, the customer, sorry, will place all the binaries necessary for the package installations. On the myget repository, we only place just a little script which will call the binary present in the organization of the customers. This permits us to have on myget only packages which have a size of some kilobyte, so that we could have a lot of some hundred, maybe 1,000 packages on a myget repository. This means, just for an example, if I want to install Microsoft Office, I don't need to place all the binary on Microsoft Office in myget. My binaries in the organization, and after that I call the binaries just by the script hosted on myget repository. The reboot resiliency deployment is done with BoxStarter. You will show the demo just after. And a software dependency. myget permits to manage the dependency between the software as we need it for Microsoft or application delivery on Microsoft system. We have the Chocolatey, here an example of Chocolatey package. All packages for Chocolatey, which are hosted in the myget repository, are started with declaring variables. These variables is only the location of the executable or binaries necessary for the installation of the software. And just under, we have the part where the executable of the software will be installed. This is a command line which permits the installation of the software. The BoxStarter package is not really the same like Chocolatey package. In BoxStarter package, we will not have command line to install software. We will only have a chain of Chocolatey install command which permit us to create a complete program, program deployment with the possibility to catch the reboot during the deployment. We will see just after how we did that. I will show you now two demos. As Alex just saying you, I make movie because it's better. I don't want to take the risk to do not have Wi-Fi to show you.
Smart man.
We have two examples. In the first example, I will just show you how we install a storefront server with the full configuration in less than 10 minutes. We have here a server where storefront is not installed, and I play the first command, chocolist, which is a command which permits me to retrieve all the packages I have on my myget repository. After listing all the packages, I will just take the storefront conf package and will play this Chocolatey install command in order to install the storefront conf. However, in this server, we don't have storefront install and we don't have the prerequisite. Here is the management for the dependencies. On myget repository, when we create the storefront conf package, before that we create all the package requested in order to, yep, sorry for this, it's just a warning concerning update, don't worry. And we, on the myget repository, we create, it's coming back. we create a dependency between all the packages we need to install the storefront. For storefront, we need IIS, and IIS need .NET 3.5. On MyGet packages, we just link by dependencies all the package between each packages. So the storefront configuration have a dependency for storefront, and the storefront have a dependency for IIS. IIS have a dependency for .NET 3.5. And when we play the command, the first things is here we see in green is the installation of .NET 3.5. So after the installation of .NET 3.5, I will just more faster. He will install the IIS packages, the IIS package, and after he installs the IIS package, he will install the storefront package, and after that, we will have the storefront configuration. I will just go faster in the movie because here we are here the IIS package which is running. For the red information you have here, don't worry about that. It's not an error. It's only that Rob Reynolds placed in his version of Chocolatey a warning explaining that for the next version you will have to place a parameter to confirm the installation. It's just that. It's not an error. Don't worry. Because I saw the man here. So I will just, yeah, here we are. We have the deployment, the installation of IIS feature. Here is the installation of the storefront software. So actually at this time my server is installing the storefront on the server. And just sure. Here. Just after the installation, we play the storefront configuration package. The storefront configuration package, we think a lot about how we could implement a configuration easily and fastly in the storefront or all other components. Here we have a script which is completely running, and the question is, but where are all the information I need for my configuration? And for that, we segregate just a second. Oh, here. Where's my mouse? Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll just hide the deployment, but we will see at the end of the movie. On the right, we have the engine for performing the storefront configuration. And in the left, we have another file which is only the file containing the variables for the storefront configurations. In the blue here, we have a little loop which permits us to retrieve the content of the variable package and create all the variables depending on which information we place in the variable files. So here for storefront, we have approximately 50, 60 variables used in order to configure my storefront. We have the possibility to create store, create farm under store, create additional server under farm under store, creating access gateway, mapping certificate, and create an HTTPS listener. So here, we have the configuration which is always running, and it takes approximately 3-4 minutes to make the configuration. I go directly at the end of the configurations. Here, Chocolatey will just confirm me that all the packages has been installed on the server, and I will perform just a little command, Chocolist, with the hello parameters, which permit me to see only which package I have installed on my computer during this job. After that, I saw that storefront is installed on my server, and when I open the storefront, I have the complete configuration depending on which information I had in my variable file. Here. It's completely configured. We have a possibility to make a Chocolatey uninstall command for storefront conf. This means we use a simple command for storefront to clear the configurations. I can just clear the configuration in 30 seconds, and if I have a mistake or other, I change the variables and I relaunch the storefront conf. As all the dependencies are already installed, it will just replace the storefront conf package and just reapply the configuration that I will have changed in my variable files. Yep. We have another demonstration here. In this demonstration, we have a studio console with only 2 servers, and we will build a new XenApp server with all its applications using BoxStarter this time. We have to connect on a computer which is a computer where BoxStarter is installed. I will place the same command than for the storefront, Chocolist, to retrieve the list of all my packages. And for this event, we create specific package named E2E worker. In this E2E worker, we place a lot of Chocolatey install command in order to just chain the deployment for a high number of packages directly on one server. After that, I will start a BoxStarter shell and providing my credential in a variable. After giving my credential, I will just start install BoxStarter package with the information of the computer in which I want to deploy the package and the package I want to deploy on this server on the credential I provided just before. And we go on. Here we have the server. We have the server on which we are installing actually this BoxStarter package. So in the E2E worker, actually we have 20, 30 packages which have been added to the E2E worker package. So take care about the fact that you don't need to use BoxStarter if you don't have a package which need a reboot during the deployment. The previous example with storefront is this kind of example. Storefront did not require any reboot for package of dependency, so I can just launch the Chocolatey install command on my server. Here, for this group of package, I need a reboot because I install Microsoft Office, I install Chrome, we install desktop experience feature, and yes, we have some blank screen because the Wi-Fi was not very good here in the hostel during the making movie. And because I have a lot of packages which require a reboot, I need to launch through BoxStarter. Here, just before, we have seen that the virtual machine has rebooted. It's just at the starting of the BoxStarter installations, the first action of BoxStarter is to reboot the server in order to completely deploy all the packages and be sure that you don't have a reboot required before anything. Here we have this kind of reboot, and BoxStarter showing us that it will wait, that the server will respond before continue the deployment. In this way, we have some features, not yet, but which need here to complete a setup after the reboot. In this case, sometimes we could have an error here in BoxStarter saying us that it can't processing the I/O data on the server. And we don't have here, because BoxStarter don't have the time to catch the fact that it can't continue the deployment, but sometimes you can have just a little error warning. Don't be worried about that. It's just, it will still wait again and wait for the completion of the next reboot, and after it will give you the hint to continue the deployment. Here we have the complete BoxStarter setup. So I will just more faster. In the title of this presentation, we give us information that we deploy XenApp server in 15 minutes. It's true, if we don't have application to install. In this case, we install all the application we need for our server, and actually we take 50-55 minutes to deploy the server. However, I don't need to make any action on my server. I just have to launch the BoxStarter command and take a coffee and coming back in 30 minutes, and my server will be built correctly. Here is an example of the error message we have when you can't process the I/O data after the reboot, and you have to finish some process after the reboot. So you just wait here. The two lines just below are the fact that BoxStarter will still wait again for the availability of server, and when he saw that the server is available, he continues the setup at this time. So I will just another informations. BoxStarter is not smart. This means when the server needs a reboot after the installation of a package, BoxStarter have to start the complete package a new time after the reboot. And what we saw here is that, just a little, what we saw here is just BoxStarter. The composition of the package is like that. I'll show you. Here we have the composition with Nugget Package Explorer of a E2E worker package. As we saw, there is only Chocolatey installed in this, and here we are all the applications we install on our server. When an application needs a reboot, for example, Microsoft Office, BoxStarter will wait that the server finish rebooting, and after the reboot is finished, BoxStarter will start a new time from the first package, but it will play the Chocolatey install command, and the Chocolatey install command will just say, oh, I'm already installed, I don't have to reinstall it, so go on the next packages. And after he check all the package already installed, when you arrive on Microsoft Office, because Microsoft Office is already installed, he will play the other package, and like the other package is not installed, he will play the installation of the package. So we lost a little bit of time during the deployment because BoxStarter had to check every time that each package is correctly installed or not before continuing the deployment.
Question.
Yep.
So the only reason why I have to do this without getting in trouble with some of the installations that we're not aware they are already installed because of the package system? Okay, I'll try again. So normally if you did that you start all over again every time you restart, then some applications will try to install again without awareness of they have already been installed. Is that because of the Chocolatey Package system? That it does know that it will never try to install a package more than once?
No, it will not try to install a package. Chocolatey, when we play a Chocolatey install command, there is in the Chocolatey folder on the Microsoft server, you have two folders where it knows that the package has been installed or not. On Chocolatey, we'll just check if the folder is present or not. If the folder is present, this means for Chocolatey that the package is installed. However, sometimes you could have an error during the package which is failed, and this is not the same folder. If you want to force a reinstall of package, you have the possibility to place the parameter force on the Chocolatey install. And in the BoxStarter package, I could have to place the force parameter to reforce the installation of package. It's okay? Yes. Here is an example of I logged in during the deployment on the installation of Microsoft Office package, which is here. We saw that we have a setup exe which is running. I have a complete possibility to interact with my setup, which means by this way we prefer to keep the server and not log it in during the deployment in order to not disturb the BoxStarter actions or Chocolatey install during the deployment. After the installation of Microsoft Office, we will see that the setup exe will disappear and directly the BoxStarter will continue the deployment. Here, just we'll see. Here, the server is rebooting and BoxStarter will just wait to catch the end of the reboot. And after the end of the reboot, that's what I said just before, it will check for all the packages in my E2E worker package if they are correctly installed in the server. And the last package we play is the XenApp configuration, which is in the same model that we use to install the storefront configurations. So here, in purple, we have the information saying us that the package are already installed on the server. So here, we finish with the XenApp config here, and after this, if I check on my studio console, I saw that my server is coming, and if I log in on my server, I can see that I have all the application installed without any action of my part. By this way, this is for the demos. We use a 2012 Vanilla OS. You don't need any requirement, any prerequisite or requirement except Chocolatey script installed on the servers. If you want to install Chocolatey, you can go on XenApp blog. We have topics. We explain how to install Chocolatey, the script Chocolatey on servers. You need a migrate repository on the machine with a BoxStarter install. And the final product we have is a Citrix XenApp 7.6 server with a completely configured with app installed and which is production ready. We just make a little trick in the deployment. for the XenApp configuration, the server is added to the farm with the maintenance mode enabled, so that we don't have the risk that when it comes directly in the XenApp farm, the user could not connect directly in the server. We have just to manually disable the maintenance mode to ensure that the server is okay for the user. Is there any questions? Yeah.
One question. Does your project you are not conformity? Because you will start a new master or a new server with this project. Your master version function. And does this project use the guideline like the CCM? So this is the next question. The second question is again packages. Can you put some blockers about installation? The installation is correctly installed? There is some trade on
for the Chocolatey is an open source solution, so all the packages we have here have been created by ourselves. You can't implement, and you have large possibility with this because it's only PowerShell. You can do everything you want. If you have to deploy some master or operating system, you can create a package which will just define the configuration or some settings in the server in order to install other applications on the server.
Okay, so for the moment there is no method. I implement my own.
Yes. For the moment, yes. And it's okay? Okay. Is there any other questions? Yeah.
Presumably you're going to upload your slide deck, so we can all download it, see it later. Can you also upload all your scripts?
Sorry.
After Pubform, yeah, everything gets uploaded, so we can download the video and everything. Can you also upload your scripts so we can see the code?
Yes.
It's easier to.
Yes, we are ready for this question. Actually, a blog is built, and all the packages we have to build XenApp infrastructure will be soon available for all the community publicly. So we have, in the demo I make today, we have just storefront on XenApp VDA. We have a lot of other packages. We know install SQL mirroring, creating delivery group, catalog machine, and other components for XenApp infrastructure. And when we will make available this package, the fact should be that the community help us and we work together to have a high library of packages to build XenApp infrastructure, and other you can easily transform and change for other usage with Chocolatey. Yeah. It's okay? Thank you.